No, I'm not trolling. This is the absolute truth. Well, I say it's the absolute truth. David Moyes has said it. We're not looking to bring a striker in January. Now, before I go and talk about this sort of what it really is perceived to be breaking news, this is interesting because I got told it on Friday, okay, by a really, really, really good contact. So that West Ham have not been asking this contact to look for a striker in January. This means one of two things. It's either true, or it's not, obviously. It's either true or we're using this as a sort of smokescreen, as camouflage to hide the fact that we are going for a striker. Make no mistake about it, West Ham are very, very up for leaking misinformation ahead of the transfer window. We've done it in both the recent big transfer windows where we've spent big money. Both of them we've said we're not spending. All right? That's been the case both times. So I'm not suggesting believe everything about this. Let me read you the actual quotes from David Moyes, and we'll get into small detail of it. David Moyes doesn't see the need for a striker this January transfer window. He said, "I don't think we do," when he was asked. He said, "We've got Bowen, we've got Mickey Antonio, we've got Danny Ings, and we've got young David Mubama. It's not numbers we need. It's something else we need, then finding it. Having it at the right cost and getting it becomes a hard thing." Sounds more like a riddle, doesn't it? There's a huge amount of teams looking for a centre-forward right now, and I don't think there's many sitting there just waiting to be plucked. It's very festive, isn't it? Very Christmassy, actually, even Moyes. So there's no plucking strikers, according to Moyesy. That's for sure. Okay. Where do we start with that? I want to play this one with a straight bat because it's not like I'm angry at David Moyes or looking to dig out David Moyes at the moment at all. West Ham are in a lovely position in the league. As you all know, I'm really pleased that Gio yesterday did a video with Charlie, and I didn't know what he was going to talk about when he was uploading it because I was recording the video myself. So it's really interesting to hear him publish the video and then for him to say the same thing that I've been thinking, which is what we've been seeing from David Moyes is just more Moyes ball. But it's just been effective and it's been working. And I know that's a derogatory phrase. And by the way, it really isn't from a derogatory phrase. It's not from me. I don't care about counter-attacking football. I like it. It's my preferred method of football. I like to have football under Alan Pardew. I don't like long build-ups. I don't like it. You know when people used to share those clips? Oh, look at this. Barcelona, 56 passes and they scored a goal. Honestly, I'd rather not. I've got too many busy things to do. I like Premier League football. There is a reason why I think Premier League football has been the biggest and best export of all the football leagues in the world. And I think it's the fast-paced nature of it. So I don't mind counter-attacking football. My problem has always been we haven't had enough fast players to play it and the right players to play it. What you're going to do is spring really fast counter-attacks with long passes. Not long balls, long passes, not hoofball. Then bring it on. So I just think he's shuffled his cards a little bit. He's managed to find it's the same system, but he's managed to slot his players into positions where it's going to be working. And he's managing to get the best out of his best players. That's what I think's happening. He's getting the best out of Kudus, gets out of Paqueta, best out of Bowen, best out of Alvarez, and it's working. Right, so let me just say that. I'm not looking to dig one out David Moyes, and maybe, just maybe, actually, as it stands at the moment, he doesn't really need anything else. But this goes back to the mentality of us just having enough players, of him just using sort of 12 or 13 players. And this is the problem. This is the problem with him. What I'd love him to be doing, I don't even mind if what he hasn't identified is that he needs a new striker. I just want him to get someone in who he's willing to use. Now, you could go back to when we had Yarmolenko, and I was saying the same thing. I bet I said exactly the same sentence in exactly the same way. Just get someone in who you're willing to use off that bench. That I would absolutely love. And somebody that he's desperate to put in. I would like him to have a choice where actually there's a player, be it a striker, a winger, or anyone else, who he doesn't know which his best one is. To have two equal right backs and he doesn't actually know which one's his best one. I was going to say two equal right wingers, we probably have that. But you know what I'm saying, in any number of position. And he says it's not numbers we need. It is. It really is. I would totally disagree with him on that. I do think we do need numbers. You do have numbers in the amount of them in the squad, but you're not going to use them. You can't classify Maxwell Cornet as a number because you're not using him. He's stopped using Saïd Benrahma now. He doesn't use Thilo Kehrer. So you're better off, rather than having all these players sticking around there who are probably worth about 10 million a pop or whatever the case may be, you're actually better off having 3 youngsters on the bench and one £40 million player. Someone that you're actually going to want to use. He said, we've got Bowen. Yep, absolutely. Wonderful. We've got Mickey Antonio. Yes, that is true. We've got Danny Ings. We've got young Divine Mubama. Let's be fair. Look, Danny Ings is not up to what we want or up to what we need. He's just not up to it. I don't even know why he's in the conversation. Mubama, he's getting some chances off the bench yet. He's not grabbed it. He's not grabbed the shirt yet, truth be known. And we've got Jared Bowen. Well, you do, but Mohammed Kudus is going off to the African Cup of Nations soon. So you're actually not going to have him. So what you're actually going to have, you're going to have Bowen on the right, and you're going to be trying to play Michail Antonio through the middle. But then you're going to be asking Michail Antonio to play 2 games a week. You can't do it. So then what's going to happen is you're going to be reverting back to Danny Ings starting up front. Because that's the scenario. And that's what I would pull him up on there, when he says we don't need a striker. We do. Because that's what's going to happen. And it ain't going to cut it. It's really, really not going to cut it. Maybe, just maybe, this is all a load of nonsense, by the way. And actually, you're not going to see that at all. That actually we are going out to look for a striker. I'll be amazed if we weren't. If we're not going to get anyone, honestly, what's the point of the director of football? And there's money there. Do the sums yourself. In your own head. Sell Declan Rice. Sell Masuaku. Sell Nikola Vlasic. Sell Gianluca Scamacca. Have a look at what we brought in. Have a look at what we spent. There's money. There's not 100 million. But there's money. And by the way, if what we're going to do then is we're going to try and offload Thilo Kehrer or Danny Ings or look, 2 or 3 of those players, and even if those players yield another 20 million, I'm telling you, there's £40 million there to spend on a player. And maybe, just maybe, he might split that into 2, Tim Steighton. But before I read too much into David Moyes' comments, I really do think there is money there for a player. And if there's one thing that we know, is that if we've got 30 to £40 million to spend on a player, Tim Steighton knows how to spend that money.